Today on Let Me Talk TV, an apostrophe trick so that you'll never confuse your possessive apostrophes again, and how to use hyphens correctly in a sentence. A hyphen is the little line that connects words together. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Look at this sentence. I'm going to take 3 weeks holiday this summer. My question is there an apostrophe or not in the sentence? What do you think? The answer is yes, there is. But, second question, where do you place it? That's right, after the S in weeks. 3 weeks holiday, like that. But what about this sentence? 3 weeks ago, I took my holidays. Is there an apostrophe or not? The answer is no apostrophe. Here's a quick overview of how to use the possessive apostrophe correctly. Firstly, you'll notice that the apostrophe goes after the S in a plural and before the S in a singular. In some cases, you only know if it's a plural in written English. For example, the boys' books or the boys' books. They are said the same, but in written English we know if there is only one or many boys from the placing of the apostrophe. There is a debate about what to do if the possessive noun finishes in an S. For example, Paris's tallest building. Some style guides say that you should omit the second S, and others say that you should put the second S in. It's confusing and there is no correct answer. I discuss it more in this video here. Do remember though, the second S must be pronounced if it's written or not. For example, Paris's tallest building. As always, there is at least one exception, and here it is. Achilles' heel, not Achilles' heel. And if the word finishes with an S sound, even if it's not an S, you still need to pronounce it. For example, Paris is France's biggest city. We're going to Alice's restaurant this evening. When writing, the confusion comes from the fact that you can have a plural which is also a possessive and a plural that is not a possessive. The possessive usually precedes a noun or an adjective and a noun, but not always, as we'll see in a moment. So 3 weeks holiday. Holiday is a noun. 3 weeks ago. Ago is an adverb. But if you're not sure whether the phrase has an apostrophe or not, then try the following trick. Let's go back to the first sentence. 3 weeks holiday. Now here's the trick. Change the sentence to a singular. Okay, use one and see if there's still an S at the end, if it still sounds correct when you're saying it. I'm going to take 1 week's holiday next month. So there is still an S. Sounds correct, doesn't it? 1 week's holiday. I'm going to take 1 week's holiday. I'm going to take 1 week holiday next month. No, that's not right. That sounds wrong. 3 weeks ago, I took my holiday. Change it to one. 1 week ago, I took my holiday. It still works, doesn't it? So you know you don't need an apostrophe here. Let's look at one more example. We've got 2 days remaining before the ceremony. Is there an apostrophe? And if so, where? Change it to a singular, to one. 1 day remaining. It's still perfectly correct. So we don't need an apostrophe. The flight will land with several hours delay. Is there an apostrophe? Let's see. Change to a singular. 1 hour's delay. Yeah, that sounds right, doesn't it? 1 hour's delay. So it's correct. So the plural must have an apostrophe. You got it? That's easy. Be careful because the possessive apostrophe might come after the noun in a phrase. But once again, how do you know if it's possessive and a plural or only a plural? Here we can use our cunning trick. For example, my spelling is worse than my students. Is there an apostrophe? Let's say that students is a plural. Let's put an apostrophe there after the S. My spelling is worse than my students. That could be true, by the way. I'm not a great speller. Now, is the sentence correct? Make the sentence a singular. My spelling is worse than my students. Apostrophe before the S. Yes, even with one student, it's still got an S sound. It's correct. Worse than my students. Yes, that's always correct. Okay, so it does have an apostrophe. So it must be both a possessive and a plural. So students with an apostrophe at the end is correct. In fact, the complete sentence would be my spelling is worse than my student's spelling, but we don't want to repeat the word spelling, so it's omitted for reasons of style. What about this sentence? I like ice cream, and so do my students. Is there an apostrophe after students? Put it in the singular. I like ice cream, and so does my student. No S. No S. So students is just a plural. So it's not followed by an apostrophe. You got it? By the way, we can also omit the word home after a possessive of the name of the person who lives there. Let me show you what I mean. I'm staying at my girlfriend's tonight. You do not need to write or say the word home or apartment or house. It's clear from the context. You do, however, need the apostrophe. A couple more examples in a sentence. I had dinner at Bob's last night. I left my car at Mum's. The adjectival hyphen. Let's go back, because there is another way of expressing some of these sentences we just used with hyphens instead of apostrophes. Let's look at this sentence again. I have 3 weeks holiday next month. Can you rewrite this sentence with a hyphen instead of an apostrophe? Yes, we can, and we do it like this. Remove the S from weeks and then put a hyphen between the number and week. I have a 3-week holiday next month. Okay? Here, week has no S. Why? Because 3 week has been changed into an adjective, and words that form the adjectives are hyphenated. You can only do this when the last word in the phrase is a noun. So sometimes you have to switch things round. In English, adjectives don't have plurals, unlike some other languages. So no S. Let's look at some more examples. The child is 4 years old. Can you rewrite this sentence with a hyphen? What do you think? Yes, we can, but we need to put the noun at the end, remember, and remove the S from years. A 4-year-old child. That's right, with 2 hyphens. That reminds me of the old Groucho Marx joke. Here's the report. Do you understand it? Of course, a 4-year-old child could understand it. Hey, go and find me a 4-year-old child. I don't understand this report at all. Let's look at a couple more examples. The building has 5 stories. A story, by the way, just means a floor when looking at a building from the outside. So put the noun at the end, that's building, and we get, can you rewrite it? That's right, a 5-story building. I work 35 hours a week, or I work that's right, 35-hour week. You got it, right? You're getting the hang of it now. The lesson lasted 10 minutes, or it was a 10-minute lesson. Now, a common mistake I hear is not removing the S from the phrase. For example, a 5 minutes lesson. No, that's not correct. It's a 5-minute lesson. The prisoner received a 2 years prison sentence. Not correct. A 2-year prison sentence with a hyphen. Okay, remember that hyphen. Here are some other examples with hyphens. Note that in these examples, there's no apostrophe version. You have to use the hyphenated version. Their 1 week course was interesting, but the 6-month course was better. Tonight we're going to stay in a 5-star hotel. I hope you found it interesting. Should help with your written English. Stay mellow and see you next time. Bye.